Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening. Saya Nak Jodoh Coach Zuri Yuyi. Selamat datang. Alright. So, shocknya single, kan? Shocknya single. Yes. There was so many things yang I've done and could have done even more having the hindsight, 2020, not 20, the year 2020, but hindsight 2020, that we could have done. And a lot of things I did was based on this to recover from breakups, from zaman jahil dulu, to recover from breakups, and to know how to to love myself is one. And thank you for joining. One, ching, ching, ching. What is number one? How to start learning to love ourselves even more. Sometimes we just don't, unfortunately. Okay, so this is a sharing from hindsight 2020, where after zaman jahil dulu, breakups and all that, and then I question myself, macam, am I not worthy? Am I not worthy of being loved? What's wrong with me? Or you know, questioning myself. I know I received so many questions and WhatsApp messages whereby questions like, "Oh, I feel tak mencukupi. I feel I cannot trust again. I feel I cannot. I tak cukup pandai, tak cukup cerdik, tak cukup tinggi, tak cukup kurus, tak cukup putih macam tepung, kan?" So many questions. All right. So mainly feeling of tak mencukupi, mainly around there, and trust. Mainly the issues is within us, the way we talk to ourselves. And so, how for you to start nak shock, nak tambah kebahagiaan, nak tambah shock sebagai single, kan? Because the flow of logic is like this. Okay, the flow of logic is when you are happy, you are grateful. When you're grateful, Allah give you more of what you're grateful for. Boleh macam tu, kan? So point one adalah you don't need approval of others to be happy. You don't need other people's approval to be happy. For you to be happy, you don't need anyone else's approval. Okay? You be happy, you be grateful, and Allah tambahkan happy. That is the key to happiness. And tambah happy. Be happy first. And how to be happy? Learn to start approving yourself, learn to start accepting yourself. And I'm saying all this from my own personal experience. Masa zaman jahil dulu, break up, and then I question myself, what's wrong with me? And angry with myself. It's like something wrong with me. I wish I could turn back time. I wish I have a time machine. That kind of BS punya thinking. So I wish, she approved me of like this, but in reality, what's real is I don't need anyone's approval to be happy. If I'm loved, then I'm happy. If I'm accepted, then I'm happy. If I'm approved of who I am, then I'm happy. And that is simply not true. That is something that I realized. And through the process of recovery and discovery, the process, usually after breakup, these things happen. Recovery and discovery. Hopefully, you've recovered and discovered. And if you're not, then hopefully this will help you even more. If you already have, then inshallah, this is a methodical way for you to recover better. A system of thinking, strategi nak fikir, kaedah nak fikir supaya you recover and discover yourself. That you don't need any people, human being punya approval to be happy. Because the formula is be happy, be grateful, Allah tambahkan happy. That is the formula. Okay, so kita start with you have to question your thoughts. You have to question your thoughts because the most intimate relationship we usually have kan, is with our thoughts. Sometimes it's good, usually it's not healthy. Things that are counterproductive to our own happiness. Okay, uh, question our own thoughts, and because sometimes our thoughts is not always us. Our thoughts not always us thinking that. It's other people thinking that, or other people have told us such things, or but these thoughts they are bossing us around. Kan? When we think it, we believe it, and we live like it. So if you believe it, believe the thoughts, then you will obey it and you will live your life that way. And I'm speaking from experience. Okay, all right. So kita nak persoalkan cinta, not with another human being yet, but with yourself, your own understanding. So to recover and discover yourself, can recover from heartbreaks and discovering yourself, and untuk tambah lagi kebahagiaan, kita start with approving yourself, and realize that we don't need anyone else's approval. Not everyone will like the new self-confident you, and don't want not everyone will like the new confident you because they can't push you around anymore. Betul. You are not there to get validation from people. This is not what life is about. You only need validation from Allah. That's it, right? Human beings secondary. Okay, unfortunately we put too much uh concerns and requiring so much approval from human beings, other human beings. The only approval that you need, most need, is from Allah. Can so um yes, of course, like I mentioned, you not everyone will like the new confident you, but you're happy. Okay, and you are continuing to do what Allah, benda yang Allah suka, dan elak benda yang Allah tak suka. Okay, so start with you first. There are things in life that you can change and things that you cannot change. Things within your control and things that you cannot control. How people run their life, you cannot control. How people think or govern themselves, it's I'm not talking about politics. How people govern their life is not really in your control. But what is most in control is your own thoughts, your own self approval. Okay. So realize that you don't need their approval first. That is first and foremost. Paling penting. All right. Okay. So there are several ways to go about it. And this is also, in a way, an extension of asking yourself good quality questions. Remember, a few nights ago, I gave an assignment, homework for you to do, is to ask yourself quality questions. If you recall the quality bad questions, you always have to give yourself comparison. When you give comparison, you are clear, what it is and what it's not. So what bad questions are is like, oh, will I get back together? Will we get back together? Was my ex cheating on me? We're are all men or women like this? Should I just move on or hold out or wait for my ex to come back? Mungkin dia akan sedar kita dah pernah berjanji sehidup semati, kan? Walhal orang tu dah bahagia dengan orang lain, kan? What if I change for him or her? You change for yourself and you change for Allah. Anything you do it for Allah, kan? So but these thoughts do run through our mind, unfortunately. But okay, let me show you the good questions. Questions you should ask yourself: why I'm enough? You list it down. Why I'm deserving? Why I'm worthy? And why I wouldn't tolerate that crap ever again? Why I'm better because of my past experience or relationship? Why I love and respect myself? These are quality questions. Okay, so if and it's true, I get some feedback where people are having difficulty in asking themselves why they are worthy, because they have not tried it before. They have not tried loving, respecting themselves before, And thinking one is thinking, oh, self-love is narcissism. No, it's not self-love. Self-love is not narcissism. Narcissism is a clinical disorder. It has to be diagnosed. Okay, you don't diagnose yourself. Okay, don't diagnose yourself. Oh, I don't want to be narcissistic. Narcissistic personality disorder is a clinical, uh, illness that is it that is needs to be diagnosed by a professional. Go see a professional if you think you're narcissistic. Usually narcissistic people don't realize they're narcissistic. Okay, they just feel they're isolated from other people, they just can't connect. Okay, and um okay, so it's not narcissism. Self-love is not narcissism. Okay, all right. And it's self-appreciation. Sayangi diri you. Allah dah sayang you, tapi you tak sayang diri sendiri. Asal you lagi power pada Tuhan ke? Kan? I'm putting things bluntly. I just speak from my heart. So, you rasa Allah dah value you. Allah bagi you martabat yang tinggi, tapi you rasa, alah, aku ni martabat aku ni, aku biasa-biasa je, kan? So, so that is an issue there. There's a disconnect with Allah. That's a problem. Disconnect with Allah, and you rasa martabat you biasa-biasa. All right. So martabat you tinggi. Always remember that. We discussed that a few nights ago. Martabat you tinggi. All right. And you can watch those other videos. Okay. So getting back to tonight's specific punya topic, mana nak tambah shock bahagia, you start being happy first. Yes, there are roadblocks when people just can't seem to make themselves happy is because of the questions that run through their mind, and it's repeating like a mantra. Oh, aku tak mencukupi, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. So many things that you repeat to yourself, and you tell that to yourself, and you intimately listen to your thoughts, and your thoughts are what you are usually most intimate with. And our thoughts is what we usually most are intimate with. Discussions, it's this thing is always running, thinking. All right, always running, thinking. Unfortunately, it's thinking in a poor manner, but there is a way of thinking that I would like to share. Right, it's not new, but it's the way of thinking has been around for 2000 plus years. And to be happy, to be not seeking approval of other people. All right, and I also learned this from my very good friend since college. He is the most, doesn't seek anyone's approval. He doesn't care, and he just wears whatever he wants, and it's like, does whatever he wants. Of course, he's still nice and polite, but he's so accepting of himself. I'm so, that's why we're best friends. That's why we're best friends in college. And I think he's watching now from Medan, right? Hello, what's up, bro? All right. And then he's very comfortable in his own skin. I think that's one way to put it. He's very comfortable in his own skin and doesn't need everyone else's approval. And what a lot of us is like, we're trying to get approval for other people, from other people, a lot of the times. Okay, so alright, kita start. Boleh? Itu baru mukadimah, introduction. Alright. So I think you maybe heard of this, but you are probably listening because you have not been practicing it. You have not been applying it. All right. And I've learned this in philosophy class dulu since college. Fortunately, it is, I love learning philosophy, and then the lecturer was a doctorate in philosophy, and then when we have discussions, it's like, wow, that is so deep, but how can I put it into practice? How can I make myself happy with those philosophical questions? One of the most practical philosophical line of thought is I believe, is for me personally is Socrates. This is the Socratic method of thinking, Socratic questioning method. When you ask yourself, okay, when you ask yourself questions to get to the truth, to find whether it's real or not. Sometimes what we're thinking is not true. Okay, for example, sebagai contoh, all right, uh, using the Socratic questioning method. Right now, we're talking about Socratic questioning method. After this, I'm going to share with you another method which is directly um, directly towards relationship punya uh, thinking, more practical, directly towards of relationship punya thinking, line of thinking. And I hope I'm not being too philosophical. No, these are just questions for you to ponder. All right. Boleh? Boleh? All right. We're not going to discuss philosophy tonight, but we're going to question our own thoughts. Sometimes our brain is not always right. Betul. Our brain is always giving us or misinterpreting the message. So we question those thoughts. We question those thoughts. We are going to use this example is who will love and approve me. Okay. Using the Socratic method. Uh, for example, we're always thinking, oh, siapalah nak kat aku? Who will love me? Who will approve me? Kan? Okay, let's question that thought. Start with one, you clarify, seek clarification. All right. So what do you mean when you say who will not, who will, who will love and approve me? Kan? Tak pernah tak ada you feel macam no one will ever want me, siapalah nak aku, tak ada siapalah nak kat aku, no one will ever want me, no one will ever approve me or accept me, and you feel like macam tak ada lelaki aku jumpa sekarang ni will love have ever loved and accepted me, sebab tu I'm being dumped. Alright, that's what you're thinking. Alright, so ask yourself, what do you mean? Clarify, what do you mean tak ada siapa? No one will ever. Yeah. Have you met everyone? This question. Kan? Oh, tak ada siapa. Everyone refuses me. Everyone doesn't love me. So have you met everyone? Okay, fine. Every man. Have you met every man? Fine. Every Muslim man. Have you met every Muslim man? And it's like, no. Then? And then? Yeah. So what do you mean when you say that? Okay. Can you explain that point further? Can you explain that point further when you say, who will ever love me? Who will ever appreciate me or approve me? Okay. Can you provide an example? Can you provide an example that who will ever love me? No one will ever love me. Provide an example. You've never met everyone. You have not met everyone. Challenge the logic. I know emotions are there. Yes. Sometimes our thinking is what put the emotions there. All right. Okay. So, boleh. Okay. Are you writing this down? Screenshot. Okay. Okay. This is the first step in Socratic questioning method. Who will love and approve me? And it is very very useful. Later on, I'll share something more concise. But I know the people listening, people who are academics and highly educated. So have an empirical study on your own thoughts. Empirical study on your own thoughts. Can your lawyers, doctors, engineers, doctorates in different fields. I'm sure you know what empirical study is. So run an empirical study on yourself and find out the logic of it. Do bahasa Jerman dia troubleshoot, find out the cause of the problem. Is it true? Is it accurate? Is that investigate diri sendiri, our own thoughts, investigate our own thoughts. Okay. So what do you mean when you say no one will ever want me? You feel no one will ever want you because you think no one will ever want you. Okay, let's challenge that thinking. Let's challenge that thinking. What do you mean when you say no one will ever want you? What do you mean? Explain. Explain that point further. Give an example. Well, my ex-boyfriend is tinggalkan I. Ex-boyfriend is my ex-boyfriend say buat macam ni, dia tinggalkan I. Okay, alright. So no one, or is that one person? And is it 3%? Have you met 100 people? Have you met the everyone who will do this to you? Right? Question that logic. Question that thinking. All right. So the next point of Socratic questioning method is challenging the assumptions. Challenging the assumptions. What are the assumptions that you have? Is there a different point of view? Again, what assumptions are we making here? Are you saying that no one will ever want you? Why? Why no one will ever want you? Kan? And then you try to justify to yourself. Because dia macam ni, dia macam tu. Well, itu masalah dia, bukan masalah you. He dumped you because due to masalah dia, bukan masalah you. Kan? Are you saying that I'm giving you a different point of view lah ni, kan? I'm giving you a different point of view. So, second opinion. All right. So, is there a different point of view? You're only used to your own point of view. Sometimes that is a problem. You don't have a different point of view, and you only believe your own point of view because it's your point of view. Okay. Challenge it yourself. You don't have to take it from me. Challenge your own point of view. Challenge your own point of view. What assumptions are you making? No one will ever want me because this one guy screwed you up. All right. So what is the assumption here? Like, is it you or is it him? Is it you or is it him? Can. And if it's him, then that's his problem. If it's you, then what are the things that you could work on? Can. Like you didn't you notice red flags, but you were ignoring it. Contoh, all right. So, what other assumptions do you have here? Like, what other assumptions you have or no one will ever love me. No one will ever. I ni tak mencukupi ya. I ni tak mencukupi. Okay, so apa yang you rasa tak mencukupi? What are your assumptions on that? Question this line of thinking. Question it. Okay, challenge the assumption. All right. And then the next one is evidence and reasoning. All right. So, can you provide an example that support of what you are saying? Yang you tak mencukupi. Apa benda yang you tak cukup? Yang you rasa tak cukup, or a solid hard empirical evidence that you tak cukup, based on what benchmark, based on what assumptions, or based on what reasoning? What is the reasoning, the evidence that you rasa you tak mencukup? Okay, can you validate that evidence? Kan, you tak mencukupi. Apa yang tak cukup? Provide the evidence. Apa yang tak cukup sebenarnya? Kan, Allah dah buat kita mencukupi, tapi you persoal benda yang Allah mencukupi you. Alright, so bahaya tu. And then it's dangerous when some people come to a point where macam marah dengan Allah. So jangan marah dengan Allah because of our own mistakes, our own way of thinking. Okay, and yep. So what are the evidence you can give that you tak mencukupi? What exactly? Exactly what? Is it true? And is it true? What information do we have? All the information do we need to prove yang kita tak mencukupi, or are those all assumptions? Are those all assumptions? Right? Provide evidence. Right? You, macam lawyer, trying to prove to a judge, providing evidence to a jury. These are the evidence. Okay? Can you prove it? Can you prove it? Okay. And the next point is alternative viewpoints. Are there alternative viewpoints? Could someone else respond, and why? This is, for example, you rasa you tak mencukupi, tanya orang lain. tak ada orang lain cakap, kenapa aku tak mencukupi? What exactly? You feel you're trying to just, you always, our brain, with the question our brain ask, can, is always trying to justify ourselves, because that's how the brain works. You ask the question and the brain will seek the answer. Aku tak mencukupi pasal ni, aku tak mencukupi pasal tu. Contoh, okay? But if you ask yourself the right question, your brain will also find the right answers. Okay, we'll try to prove it. So ask another person, what are the different viewpoints? How could someone else respond to this question? Aku tak mencukupi, aku tak mencukupi. Well, what would someone else say about it, and why do they say that? Why is a very powerful way to get to the bottom of things, right? The Socratic method. And implications and consequences. Implications and consequences. Oh, hi. Thank you. Thank you for joining. All right. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so right now we are trying to question our own thoughts on why kita tak mencukupi and why we don't need other people's approval to be happy. So it's okay to be single, and it's okay to be single, and uh, you don't need other people's approval to make you happy. Why you need to be happy first is when you're happy, you're grateful. When you're grateful, Allah will give you more. So this is the line of thinking. We start with your own line of thinking, questioning things that makes you unhappy. All right. So let's make us happy by questioning our own thoughts. Sometimes our own thinking is defeating us. That's the problem. We have self-defeating thoughts. So let's question it, arrest it every time it comes up. All right. So to this point, implications and consequences. Implications and consequences. How would this directly affect me? Would this directly affect someone? And what are the long-term implications of this? If you keep thinking you tak mencukupi, kan, what are the consequences? Will you always be tak mencukupi? Are you gonna still stay in that train of thought forever? You're gonna stay going around that roundabout forever? Those are the possible consequences. How will this affect someone? Which is usually you. This is usually you. Yeah, this is affecting your own happiness. And these are the implications of this train of thought. Maybe it's time to change the way you think, the way you question your thoughts, because these are these thoughts that are making us unhappy. All right. Okay. So next part of a Socratic questioning method is challenging the question itself. Aku tak mencukupi. What do you think was important about the question? Yeah, that's true. And why is that question aku tak mencukupi lah, kan? Kenapa aku tak mencukupi? Kenapa aku tak mencukupi? Alright, so why is that question important in the first place? Why is that question important in the first place? And what would have been a better question to ask? Betul tak? I've been always said several videos ago that, ask quality questions. Ask quality questions. What do you think was important? Is that a really significant question to ask yourself? Betul tak? And what would have been a better question to ask? I think it's so simple, elegantly put. Kenapa aku tak mencukupi? Instead of asking kenapa aku tak mencukupi, you ask yourself, what would be a better question to ask myself? Oh, aku grateful kerana, that would be a better question. And a question yang Allah suka. Aku bersyukur kerana, list it down, list it down. I gave this homework the other day. Ramai buat and a few tak buat. Alright. So what are the quality questions? What would have been a better question to ask? This method has been around for 2,000 years. Unfortunately, not many people are using it to make themselves happy. Kan? You nak kahwin kenapa? of course, mendapat keridhaan Allah, but also you want to be happy. You Why not you be happy now, along the way you mendapat kebahagiaan. Don't wait for kebahagiaan to come. Don't wait for kebahagiaan to come and then mengharapkan lelaki tu bagi you kebahagiaan. Tak, kebahagiaan dalam diri, kan? Like yesterday's talk, I say you can be single and unhappy, you can be single and happy, married and unhappy, or married and happy. So what are the similarities? You decide your own happiness. You decide your own happiness. It's a process. Happiness is a process and it's a decision. It's a decision whether you want to be happy or not. All right. So, what does this have to do with short news single? Well, you can be happy now. You can be happy now without waiting for someone to make you happy. Dangerous you tunggu orang membahagiakan you. That is called, in psychology, it's called the external locus of control. Kan? Other people control your emotions. Other people control your inner state of mind. Kan? And other people are usually other people can't make you happy lah. Kan? Only you can make you happy. And your gratitude with Allah can make you happy. That is what makes people happy. And like I shared yesterday, I had Ustazah. She has never married, and masa kecil lah, Ustazah come to my house and ajar I ngaji, and she said that she's never married, but what keeps her fulfilled is her relationship with Allah. Her relationship with Allah. She's fulfilled that way. I don't know if she married after that, but I haven't seen her after that. So, but you can be fulfilled now. Don't wait for anyone else to fulfill you. All right, you seriously. When what I do mainly as a coach and matchmaker, to matchmake people, put two people together in front of each other, that's the easy part, can. And whether they know what they want is the hard part. Whether they are relying on each other to make each other happy, that's the hard part. The hard part is the roadblock that people have inside. The emotional blockage. Kalau you are not happy, you don't know what you want, you're not grateful, and you don't know what to ask, I can put as many calon jodoh in front of you, it will still not work out because one, you don't know what you want, two, you're not grateful, three, you are not already happy with yourself. So calon tu tengok you pun you macam mandom je, kan? Macam mana, I pun malu lah. Macam, asal this guy or this girl depressed sangat kan. Bukan depressed, wrong choice of words. Asal, moody sangat, macam sedih, haven't recovered from breakup dulu. So, the matching rate turun tau. And it's difficult for me to get people to kahwin lah, kan? So, how to get people to kahwin is for you to be happy first, be grateful first, and Allah tambahkan kebahagiaan dengan beri you calon jodoh yang happy, yang berkat, insyaAllah. Okay? It starts with you. I can't help you if you don't help yourself. Alright? So, nak jodohkan orang senang. Strateginya senang, tapi emosinya, people have roadblocks. So, this is why I'm sharing that we all need to work on ourselves, because it's a continuous process. It's a decision to be happy. It's a process, ongoing process to be happy, continuous and never-ending improvement. Okay, can I? Can I? All right. And okay, boleh. So, I nak you bahagia dulu as single, then it's easier for me to introduce to you to someone yang juga happy, and happy people meet up and have so many more things in common. Two people yang cinta Allah meet up, so easier for to match you, you both. Okay, kalau dua-dua down, lepas tu kahwin, and kalau dua-dua down, susah nak kahwin kan. You have your people are usually down is usually in their own thoughts a lot, their own thoughts, and you cannot have the emotional bond. You cannot have a connection when you are down. When you're sad, you are inwards. When you're sad, you're inwards. You are tengah layan jiwang blues sendiri. But when you're happy, it exudes. All right, and so when you're sad, it's inwards. So if I put two sad people together, can I put two sad people together? They're both inwards. They're both not connecting. So there's no jodoh there. There's no matching there. You know what I'm saying? There's no possible kawin there. So I'm trying to increase the matching rate, matching success rate supaya you kahwin dan bahagia, kan? So macam mana nak kahwin dengan bahagia? You bahagia dulu. Okay, boleh? So don't be inwards, be outwards. How to be outwards? Be happy first. Be happy first. Happiness is a decision and a choice. Happy is a decision. It's your own choice. It's a decision, and it's an ongoing process. All right, it's not a magic pill. It's a way of thinking. If you use this next technique, inshallah, it will be the start of you to be happy. All right, and these are the benefits of you still being single. You can recover and discover yourself. Right? Boleh. Want to recover and discover yourself? I know if you have already recovered. I have a client yang cakap, okay, she's already over her ex-husband. Great. She's ready. Right now, she's focusing on her relationship with Allah. Wonderful. Fantastic. All right. But for the benefit of people yang belum recover and still discovering themselves, and also for the same sister tadi tu, if she feels down again, someone like her, if you can relate, feels down again, this is the method that you can use. It's a thinking tool that you can use. All right. Okay. So that was just now I explained the Socratic questioning method. All right, is rather philosophical and rather deep. So I'm concising it to be succinct, to be more succinct, and to mempermudahkan our journey untuk mendapat kebahagiaan dalam diri dulu, loving yourself first, and then kebahagiaan bersama seseorang. Okay, two happy people meet. That's what I want to do. Kan? When two sad people meet, there's no match there. Okay, I hope you get me as a matchmaker. I want a high matching rate. Yeah, jumpa sekali, dua, tiga, maximum tiga kali, sukufu on kahwin. Kan? The average is 3 times berjumpa. Because okay, even if you meet 3 happy people, you're happy, you meet 3 happy people, and but tak semestinya sekufu values are slightly different, style, personality, kan. So average is 3 meetings, then it's success. All right, and not just because that happened to me, it's because it is a dating punya science that we figured out. Okay, so usually it's 3, a number of 3. Yeah. All right. So I've concised it down to this: how to make yourself happy by questioning your own thoughts. Okay, questioning your own thoughts. So this is question one. Question one: you rasa no one will love me? You rasa no one will love me. Okay, ask yourself, is that true? Is that true? Have you met everyone? Kan? Ni lebih kurang macam Socratic method, but it's a bit more concise. Okay, Socratic method is very empirical. This is empirical and emotional and more succinct. Okay, so behavior changing questions is one. You fikir no one will love me. Okay, fine. But is that true? Ask yourself, Is it true? You rasa no one will love me? Is that true? Have you met everyone? And have you met everyone? Is it really true? Is it really, really true? Okay. Boleh, are you writing this down? Please write this down. Is take the screenshot or write it down. Okay. Because I want to increase the matching rate. Okay. Because I want to maintain my own self-esteem. I bangun pagi, I tengok cermin, it's like, I help people get married in a year. That's what I do. Okay. So one of my self-esteem, that's my own mantra. I get married, people married in a year. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's who we be. Isn't that a Black Eyed Peas song? Anyway, um, so that's me. I want you to be happy, and as a person yang pencari jodoh, as a matchmaker, I need to maintain my success rate. Okay. So nanti when I letak calon depan you, don't embarrass me. Okay. Please don't embarrass me, and please be happy. Be actually happy with yourself first. That's the goal of sharing ni, right? And then just to quickly explain, like, oh, kau tukang cari jodoh, asal kau syorkan shocknya single kan, that nanti tak dapat business lah. Hey, I want you to be happy. Yeah, happy alone, happy with you're single, and then when you're single, you're happy, you will find someone who is happy. So it's still good for business. Okay, alright. So be happy first with yourself. You nak jadi klien I, tak nak jadi klien I, up to you. Okay, but be happy first. It's good for you. It's good for the umat. It's good for the people around you. It's good for your own well-being, right? Okay, I don't want to be the guy yang trying to macam what do you call, fear mongering. Like, oh, you're that's not me, right? My I don't use the approach of, oh, your biological clock is ticking, or you should get married now, blah 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 blah. No, all right. That's not my approach. My approach is to inspire you. I want to inspire you to be happy, and when you're happy, you will find someone happy, and that is much better. Holistically, all right. So that's my approach, is to inspire you, not to scare you into getting married, to inspire you to be happy to get married, not get married to be happy. Boleh, but secondary. Okay, all right. So I'm the inspiring guy. I don't be the scare fear monger. What am I? I'm not a politician. Oops, terkeluar. Anywho, all right. All right. So, the first question is, no one will love me. Ask yourself, is it true? Second, right? No one will love me. How can I absolutely know it's true? How can I absolutely know it's true? Absolutely, with absolute. How can I know with absolute, secara mutlaknya, is that true? Is that true? Macam Socratic method, provide evidence, and provide evidence, empirical evidence that it is true, hard, solid, empirical evidence. Okay, all right. First, ask it is true if it's true. Then ask if it's absolutely true. Then ask, if no one will love me. Again, how do I react when I think of this thought? How do I react when I think of this thought? Kalau contoh kan, oh, no one will love me, what will someone like that do? What will someone like that do? Yeah, no one will love me ever, forever, ever, forever alone. Can, and then someone like that will stop listening to an inspiring message. Will stop listening to a message to be for you to be grateful. Will stop listening to a message, to an ilmu telling you that you have a chance, but you start with your own self first. You start with recovering and discovering. If you are on that line, you're already on a no one will never ever can never is a very dangerous word. It goes both ways. It's a double-edged sword. Okay, but never will I be loved. Never will I be loved. Okay. So if you have this thought and you react, your line of thinking is, I will never be, no one will love me. Then you already given up. Then you won't do anything about it. Tak nak commit, tak nak ambil ilmu, tak nak buat tindakan, and tak nak buat apa-apa. You already given up, dah masuk gua. Dah masuk gua, dah nothing will happen, can happen. You'll be in that rut forever. That's the concern. So this is why it's important for you to ask yourself, how do I react when I think of this thought? It's a self-defeating thought. That's a problem. Betul tak? This thoughts yang, oh, no one will love me, it's a self-defeating thought. So ask yourself, how do I react when I think of this thought? All right? Okay, start with this first. Boleh? How do I react? You will feel self-defeating. You will feel defeated. You feel like you are not going to do anything about it. You just given up. And why are you listening to this? I know, because you have not given up. That's why you're still watching. That's why you're still listening. You have hope, because you have hope. Okay? But this question it helps when you feel like giving up, because it's tough being single when you are not already happy. Boleh? Okay? Are you following? Faham tak? If you are lost or confused, please ask me, because looking inside, questioning ourselves is not something we do enough, or we do all the time, or we're not being taught to look inside us. That's why it's difficult. It can be difficult. Well, get used to it, because it's good for you. It will make you happy. I've already concised it to something simple, Socratic empirical method. I've already concised it to practical relationship punya approach. Okay, so if you think no one will love me, ask yourself first, is it true? Second, is it absolutely true? Third, how do I react when I think of this thought? Okay, so it's important. All right. Fourth adalah who or what I will be with or without that thought. I repeat, who or what would I be with or without that thought? Will you be a different person? Will you be happier if you don't have that kind of thinking? Will you be a different type of person if you don't think that way? And if you stop thinking, oh, no one, if you change from, oh, no one will love me, change it to, inshallah, Allah will give someone to me. But I'm really happy first. I'm really grateful that Allah will give someone to me. And change that thinking, you will be someone else. You will have more energy. You will have more hope, more focus on looking for what you want. Right? Boleh? Okay. The question, I repeat for everyone on Telegram, who or what I would be with or without that thought. With that thought, with the thought yang self-defeating tu, macam no one will love me, who will you be? You'll still be stuck here in the roundabout, going around that roundabout non-stop. Okay? But if you change that thought to, inshallah, Allah loves me and will send someone for me. Boleh? Okay. It's just a matter of reframing the question, asking yourself quality question instead of a self-defeating question. Ask yourself a more self-inspiring question to make you happy, for your own happiness. Boleh? Boleh? Bismillah. Inshallah. All right. So, what's it got to do with not needing anyone's approval? Well, when you're happy, you don't need people's approval. And I assure you, Not everyone will like the new happy you, but you will love and like yourself. Okay? Misery loves company, and birds of a feather flock together. Right? Misery, people who are miserable will not be happy with happy people. Have you noticed? Have you noticed that misery loves company? Kan? Sad people don't like happy people. Nyampah lah kau happy sangat kan. Siapa suka happy? Kau happy tu pasal. But from your own standpoint, you're happy because you're grateful Allah dah mencukupi you. Kan? Then you pun macam like, dah kau punya pasal lah kau tak happy kan. uh, um, yang penting you happy and you penting you are grateful, and insyaAllah that will exude and bring someone else up and inspire other people kan. Orang yang sedih pun, yang tak happy pun cakap, hey, I noticed that you're glowing. Have you gotten that before kan? Hey, I noticed that you're glowing. Ada apa-apa ke? Like, dah ada boyfriend baru ke? Dah tunang ke? Kan? You don't have to ada boyfriend or ta'aruf or dah kahwin or pregnant to glow. You can just glow. Okay? You can just glow because you are grateful. A grateful glow. Tulis grateful glow. Tulis. You want to have a grateful glow. Grateful for Allah. Alright? Boleh. Type or tulis grateful glow. Grateful to Allah lah kan. Boleh? Okay. Alright. So, boleh tak? Are you following me? Right? So, I explained Socratic method. I explained that you don't need people's approval. How to not need people's approval is one, question your thoughts. Question your thoughts. And one way you can use Socratic questioning method, right? It's an empirical, it's been used for 2000 years. How long has he died? 2400 years ago? Around that time. All right. And he has lived on, but unfortunately we have not used it. And I've explained more behavior changing questions, right? Behavior changing questions. I've concised it into a relationship punya point of view, experience as a matchmaker, how to encourage and inspire people from single to be happy and to be married and happy, can. And these are the behavior changing questions. Because why I say behavior, you need to put it into tindakan. Tindakan penting. Have you read or seen the documentary The Secret? Yeah. Okay. There's something wrong with that video. There's something wrong with that video. A few things wrong with that video. One, they say I like most of it. Most of it I agree, but two main things I want to point out from The Secret, Law of Attraction, in that particular video. Okay, that video says one, I am God. Don't think that way. Shirik, haram, dosa. Don't. All right. There's one. There is something like, what? How dare you? Okay. Second thing is what they left out in The Secret. This is said by John Asaraf, one of the speaker in that video. He said, like, the most important part of that video was taken out. You can't just sit there and hope for a miracle to happen and do nothing. This is like a separate interview that he commented on that video. You can't just sit there and think positive and good things will happen. No, you have to take action. You have to take action. Work on it. You can't just, oh, okay, I'm gonna get katakan contoh you duduk rumah so mandom duduk sorang-sorang kat rumah. Oh, dapat jodoh. No, doesn't work that way. It requires action. John Asaraf himself said there's something wrong. That video took out that important bit, the important part where you need to take action. You need to think with the law of attraction and take action. Attraction, action. Yeah, law of attraction, action. All right. So it's worth looking at, but remember, action is very important. Kita pun dalam Islam pun percaya, kan? Ilmu tanpa amal itu sia-sia, kan? And amal tanpa ilmu itu binasa. You need both. Kan? Sebagai contoh, you nak bawa kereta, you tak tahu maksud lampu merah tu apa, you belasah je. Bahaya, kan? Tapi another example, you belajar praktikal dalam kelas pemandu tu, tapi you tak berani nak masuk kereta, tak berani start, tak pergi ke jalan raya. You ada ilmu teori je dalam buku tu, kan, buku tu. You ada teori, you score lah teori berapa kali pun, tapi practical you tak beranikan diri to get on the road, to start and drive your car, to drive the kereta pemandu tu, kereta P tu. So you don't take action, tak sampai ke mana juga, kan? You need both ilmu and amal. I am your driving instructor, so to speak. I am your driving instructor lah, alright? Tak nak panggil I coach ke, you panggil I driving instructor pun jadilah. But I nak you, bagi you ilmu, yang halal lah, kan? Bukan ilmu macam Matthew Hasi tu, lain, right? Itu ilmu tu menyesatkan, right? Kenapa kau jealous dengan Matthew Hasi? Kau sebab dia handsome? Tak, sebab dia menyesatkan. Tak percaya, tengok. Okay, kalau you need to know what is halal, then you watch his videos. Okay, so I also want to show you how to practically get on the road to love yourself. But you have to start the car. You have to press the accelerator, put the clutch, press the clutch, change gear, get on the road. You need to do that. You have to do that. Okay? Otherwise, you won't learn. Okay? I know it's macam driving kereta, something you've never done dulu lah, kan? You've never done. Of course, it's nerve-wracking because you never done it. But once you do it, right now, kalau you tak fikir pun, you can drive home without thinking. Betul tak? Suddenly, you tengah drive, dah sampai rumah. Kan? From work, drive, dah sampai rumah. Okay. You drive without thinking. You don't even have that you don't even realize that you were driving so much. It's like that. Because you've never done it, to ta'aruf yang halal, of course it's going to be nervous. Macam, tak biasalah buat halal-halal ni. It's like, I'm not talking about you, about some people. Tak biasalah buat halal-halal ni. Like, ni lah cara yang betul, kan? Buatlah cara. If you drive properly. You drive properly, it's dangerous, terlanggar tembok. Okay? Alright, so please take action. Action terlampau penting, kan? Ilmu and action. Okay? Ilmu and action. Ilmu dan tindakan. Remember, we shared this Bangkiti formula. Bangkiti sounds like a cat. Bahagia akan naik guna komitmen, ilmu, tindakan Islamic. You want to be happy, you commit to be happy. It's a decision, right? And you need knowledge how to be happy. Question your own thoughts. Some thoughts are right, some thoughts are wrong. Unfortunately, we're not happy. A lot of us is because we have the wrong train of thoughts. Yeah? And ambil tindakan. Dah tahu benda tu elok, ambil tindakan. Action. Nothing will happen without action. Alright? And of course, kena Islamic lah. Kalau tak Islamic, tak payah buat. Simple as that. Okay? Remember, Bangkiti. Alright, so I hope you have benefited, and I hope you take action. Alright? Take these questions down when you are feeling some self-doubt, when you're feeling down, when you're thinking that you can't do it, you tak boleh ta'aruf cara yang halal, when you feel macam no one will ever love you, when you feel that you tak mencukupi, ask yourself these questions. 1, is that true? 2, how can I absolutely know it's true? Absolutely. 3, how do I react when I think of these thoughts? Right? How do I react? 4, who or what I would be with or without this thought. Thought, everything starts with thought, kan? Everything starts with thought. Inception, kan? You inception yourself. Inceptionkan diri you dengan betul. The right thought, the right idea. It can't be removed. Alright? Okay? Alright, so, boleh? Boleh? Boleh buat homework? Boleh? Okay, so this is just the beginning. I would like to share more on why you should be happy as a single person first. I will be making, inshallah, the next few nights, few more videos on how to make yourself as a happy single first. It might seem counterproductive from orang yang tak faham why it's important to be grateful and happy first. But I will, inshallah, explain it further. Kan? Macam, kau, because a lot of people, maybe people yang tak biasa dengar I cakap, story malam-malam ni, might be thinking, kau tukang cari jodoh, asal kau suruh orang happy masa single? Well, I think I've explained it. Like, you have to be happy and grateful first. Allah will give you someone happy. And so you can be happy with yourself first. Be happy with yourself first. Be a single happy person first. Okay? Whatever pun, I nak you happy. Kan? Be happy along the journey untuk you mencari jodoh. Be happy along that journey. That's what you need to do. I also want a happy client. I don't want client yang mandom, still have not recovered from breakup. Susah nak work with this type of client. Betul. You self-defeating, you can't believe client yang self-defeating client yang rasa dia tak boleh buat, yang rasa dia no one will love her or him, kan, rasa tak boleh terima diri dia. I cannot work with that client. I will not accept such client. You need to work on yourself first. Alright? Okay. So inshallah, the people here who are listening, you have hope. The self-defeating person tu macam still in the past. Self-defeating person is still living in the past. Still living in the past sebab dia pernah kecundang. Sebab pernah ditipah tertipukan, kan? And so tak boleh nak let go of the past at all. Not even looking forward to the future, not having the hope. And I know you're listening to this because you have hope. You believe Allah will give you happiness. I just want to make sure that you are really, really happy along the journey. I don't want depressed clients. It's a different issue. Letih, tak boleh. I want to help happy. You want to be around happy company. Happy people want to be around happy people. Betul tak? Alright. You don't want a downer. Alright. Okay. Honestly, okay. I'm not just going to accept anyone. I have to be selective. Orang yang nak berjaya, I nak tolong bantu you berjaya. Simple like that. Simple as that. Alright. Okay, boleh? So, how to be happy? You start with not needing anyone's approval. You don't need a man's approval. You don't need anyone else to make you happy. You don't need anyone else's punya opinion on you to make you happy. Your own opinion matters most. But make sure your opinion is refined by asking the right questions. Alright? So, okay, boleh? So, this is your homework. This is going to be quite a tough question. Jeng. Your homework adalah send your why you don't need approval of other people to make you happy. Why you don't need the approval of other people to be happy. Yeah, you can be happy. You don't need other people to make you happy. Why you don't need other people? Why you don't need other people to be happy? You don't need other people to be happy. I want you to know why. You notice I always ask why, because why is a reason, is a cause. Why is a foundation of a lot of things. It's a foundation, starting point, and it gives you clarity and gives you strength. When you clear why you're doing this, then it will propel you. Okay, so that's why why is important. Send your why. You don't need approval of other people to make you happy, right? Okay, boleh. Okay, so thank you, so nice. Thank you, so nice. That's what my late father liked to say. Oh, thank you, very nice. Okay, so this is your homework. Send me your homework. WhatsApp to me your homework. All right. It really, really, really helps when you write it down on paper. You can take a picture, WhatsApp to me, or just WhatsApp to me in text pun boleh. Okay, because it's a homework. Because this is for your own self-love, for your own self-love, own good. All right. So I want you to love yourself. I want you to be happy. I want to have happy clients. I want to help happy people to be happier. Boleh. All right. Um, Okay, sebelum saya undurkan diri, kita baca doa macam biasa, kita aminkan sama sendiri. Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, aku minta pasangan yang menjadi menantu yang baik kepada ibu bapaku, yang disayangimu untuk mendapat keredhaanmu, berganding bahu bersama ke jannahmu, ya Allah. Amin. Alright, type amin. Amin, amin, amin. Amin. Okay, so I'm going off air. Ingat, cinta diri, cinta mari. Okay, so see you on Telegram. Bye. Assalamualaikum. Tut, tut.